Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, worshippers of all ages, welcome to YouTube. My name is SeaRaptor, and we're here to bring you a first look at Tier 10 Premium Japanese Destroyer, Hayate. Now, Hayate, at first look, you look her over from stem to stern here, you look at the guns, you look at the torpedoes, and you're like, Raptor, that's a Shimakaze, isn't it? And you know what? You're not really far off. She really is very, very, very close to Shimakaze. I'd say a close cousin. She's missing that third quintuple launcher along the midline, but beyond that, it's almost the same ship. There are, however, some pretty key differences here that I want to take a few minutes to point out, so let's go over them. The first is the number of hit points. Hayate here clocks in base at 20,800 hit points. This is a little less than 3,000 more HP than Shimakaze has. That's pretty nice, actually, when you get down to it. More HP is always a good thing. Maneuverability perspective, she is a little worse. She's a little slower, her turning circle is a little larger, and her rudder handling is a little worse than Shimakaze's. Detectability, again, she is worse here. It's not a huge gap, but it is a gap. Probably, by the time you add all the modifiers up, probably about a half a kilometer. So she's more in that, with all the fully rigged for stealth, in that 6 to 6.1 detection range, whereas Shimakaze, of course, goes down to basically 5.6. Torpedo-wise, again, very similar. She's got 2 of the quintuple launchers instead of 3. She comes with Shimakaze's 12-kilometer torpedoes, so these hit like trains. 67 knot speed, 12-kilometer range, with a very, very long reload of 153 seconds. 2.5 minutes to reload one of these racks, so use them wisely and land some hits, okay? The big improvement here is in her main battery. Japanese destroyer guns are kind of a very, very misunderstood weapon in World of Warships. This has been going all the way back to the game's essentially the game's release, right? Japanese destroyer guns in that era were always about excellent accuracy and big alpha damage, right? You weren't getting many salvos off. The American destroyers of that era, which was the only other line at the time, could definitely put more shells down range, but they were a little harder to hit because of their ballistics, and their shells didn't hit as hard. Japanese guns, finally, now, as we've gone through a couple of rounds of nerfs and buffs, retain that big alpha damage hit and excellent accuracy. But what they lack in is reload. And now we have Hayate. Look at that reload time, 4 seconds. This is huge. You might actually be able to turn this into a gunboat Japanese destroyer at Tier 10. And I've actually seen people play Shimakaze already as a Tier 10 gunboat destroyer. This has a lot of promise, in my opinion, because these guns are brutally punishing. We know how they're accurate, they hit hard. Like, these are really good guns. That 11.6 kilometer range looks really, really good as well. Again, not quite as much range as, say, Harugumo, but a little more range than Shimakaze. So this is what you're really getting here, is a gross improvement to the guns. This reload speed is nearly 2 full seconds faster than that of Shimakaze. Defense-wise, again, it is better. It's not huge, right? Like, if you're using this AA, you're in trouble, but it is better. You're more likely to get a plane kill with her than you are with Shimakaze, because she has just better AA overall. She has a short range. I'm gonna go back and look at my numbers here. Who is it? Right, Shimakaze doesn't have a mid-range, whereas here, Hayate is packing the Japanese knockoff of the 40mm Bofors, like an American destroyer would, right? She's got some of these tubs around, so she'll get some use out of these, and she'll definitely shoot down more planes than Shimakaze if pushed into that. But she doesn't have defensive fire, and hopefully you don't find yourself under too much aerial attack. Consumables, she gets the same basic choice. Of course, she gets DCP and engine boost. And then, of course, she gets... Now, here, this is something Shimakaze doesn't get. She does get to choose Torpedo Reload Booster if she wants it, but I really feel like the choice is still going to be smoke here. The torpedoes are good, but to me, I think you have to use these torpedoes as kind of a weapon of opportunity, and really the goal here is to keep her guns in action as long as possible. We'll see how she plays in testing, right? But I like the look of this ship on paper up front. She seems like kind of a side grade, let's say, from Shimakaze, a slightly different playstyle. You get access to some of the really nasty Japanese torpedoes, but for the first time in a while, it feels like you definitely get a really big improvement on the guns, and these guns are very, very usable in the at Tier 10. So we'll see how she plays when it comes time. All right, guys, there you go. Quick look at Japanese destroyer Hayate. Thanks for watching. Be safe out there. I got a few more of these coming, so stay tuned on the channel, and I'll see you next time.